The Iran war is now spilling into global aviation, driving a sharp surge in jet fuel prices. According to the European Federation for Transport and Environment, rising fuel costs are adding over $100 to long-distance ticket prices. If jet fuel rates have jumped from around $90 per barrel to as high as $150 to $200 in recent weeks, with fuel making up nearly a quarter of airline operating costs, carriers are rapidly passing on the burden to passengers through higher fares and fees. While the European Union says there are no widespread cancellations yet, it warns that a prolonged Hormuz blockade could be catastrophic.
Without a return to permanent freedom of navigation, the consequences will be catastrophic, not only for Europe, but for the entire world.
Airlines across Europe, North America and Asia are already cutting capacity and adjusting schedules. WestJet, a major Canadian airline, plans to reduce capacity by up to 6% by the month of June, while United Airlines has trimmed its schedule by 5% over the next 6 months. But at the same time, the EU is preparing emergency guidelines and pushing for alternatives like sustainable aviation fuel and increased imports from the United States.
We are working on securing an alternative jet fuel supply for Europe, such as Type A jet fuel produced in the United States. And if real supply issues arise, our emergency stocks must be put to the best of use. Any national release of fuel must be done in full transparency to avoid market distortions.
The impact is global. US airlines like Delta and United have already warned of billion-dollar fuel bills. Meanwhile, in Africa, the crisis is even more severe. Nigeria has seen jet fuel prices surge 270% since February, pushing airlines to the brink.
Because of the challenges at the Strait of Hormuz, the products that normally pass through there are diesel and jet A1. That is the bulk of the product, what we call the middle distillates. The challenges with closing the straits or limiting the products passing through the straits, those straits of Hormuz, is that that product, jet A1 and gas oil, are not available.
Globally, last-minute airlines and airfares have spiked as much as 74% on some routes, and cheaper flights are disappearing. Willie Walsh, the Director General of International Air Transport Association, had earlier warned of a looming crisis even if supply normalizes. Listen in.
And if it were to reopen and remain open, I think it will still take a period of months to get back to where supply needs to be, given the disruption to the refining capacity in the Middle East, which is a critical part of the global supply of refined product, and not just jet fuel, for other products as well. So it will probably take months.
For now, airlines are prioritizing profitable routes, cutting loss-making flights, and preparing for a turbulent and expensive summer travel season.
We enjoy